Hi, you guys. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So this is actually earlier than 1:30. I changed it from 3 to 1:30. So I'm just coming on to tell you that I'm coming on at 1:30. And to apologize for those of you waiting. But I got some hits on Eleanor Roosevelt. That's what I wanted to tell you guys today. Some good hits. So let me, hey, you guys. It don't hurt to come on a little earlier. People will join us. Nobody's missing out on nothing. We'll let people gather. We got 32 in the room right now. Let's just chillax and chit chat. Anybody want to ask me anything before the crowd comes in? Anybody know how to change this from the mirror thing? Let me look at settings. Hold on. General. Mirror on my camera. There we go. Did it. Yay. Hey, everybody. Hey, Rena. Hey, Cam. Hey, Rita. Hey, Island. Hey, you guys. I'm so sorry. I put 3 o'clock. I'm a mess, and I need to go now because I'm like on it. You know what I mean? I can feel some hits coming, and I just need to be on it. No, Leanne, I haven't seen. Let me write that down. God forbid. God forbid. Jennifer Doulis. Do I have her picture or anything? Okay, I'm making, you know what I'm making? And I helped. That chicken, shake and bake. Shake and bake. So that's a good question. Student loans. I'll tell you guys, I've been talking about that. That's coming about, you guys. I'm so sorry the reputes don't want you guys to be happy. No personals today. Yeah, yay 49ers. Yes, I predicted that airline crash, and it happened in Nepal. Shake and bake pork chops. You guys remember shake and bake? I haven't seen it so long, and it was at the store, and I thought, oh, I'll cook my boys shake and bake, and some golden grain, or no, Knorrs. I like Knorrs. Noodles. Hi, Diana. Oh, Larkspur, how are you guys doing with the floods, Michelle? No, it's not pouring where I'm at. They're not going to touch Social Security. I want you guys to not be worried about that, okay? So much ado about nothing. Maybe in 35 when the pot kind of goes dry, but they're going to come up with some other stuff because we get paid as per person basis on our children working. So and being that there's less children, you know what I'm saying? It's anyway. So, hey, Ari. Oh, Carrie Lake. Oh my God. Hey, do you guys like when my camera turns into the Carrie Lake mode and I get all blurry? Let's just look at Carrie Lake. I wanted to wait till more people got in here. We got 579 right now. Carrie Lake, what's going to happen? No, pouring. Oh, listen, Rita, I got stuff to tell you. That's why I just want to wait till people start getting in here. I got a lot of stuff to tell you. Oh, yeah, Trump's in a lot of trouble, you guys. Okay, so I hope you guys watched. I was just going to read something. Now I forgot what it was. I wanted to wait for the crowd to get a little bigger. I hope you guys watched Sterling. He did some good answers today. I have to talk to you guys about some stuff. I'm going to ask about student loans. I'm going to ask Jim Jordan. I don't see him going to jail. Oh, Andre. Remember, Andre and I were chit-chatting about it. Hi, Auntie D. It's in the music. Definitely there's charges coming. There's so much stuff. I don't know if he's going to live to see it all. But Jim Jordan, I'm not, according to Andre and his chart too, things will happen on Jim Jordan a few years from now. It's not right away. Not like we'd like to see. He will have no voice, though. He will have no voice, is what I heard. He doesn't come with a good soul. These people like McCarthy that are standing up there lying to everybody, you know, oh, now the people have America back. We never lost it in the first place. And who people are you talking? There's more people in the United States. 70% of this nation wants the rights of women, reproductive rights. They want that. But the first thing the Congress is doing is working on making sure the women don't have those rights. It's really weird. I think, Kelly, we will see charges. I think that we will see charges. Thank you, Susan. No, live life Thoreau. He can't do it. Don't ask me why, but he can't do it. And Louis DeJoy, Douglas, I always see Louis DeJoy going. And why he hasn't gone by now, but I definitely feel he's going to go. And somebody asked a question to Sterling that apparently there's a lot of Trumpsters that are still in office that are trying to mess us up, that are working to, you know, leaking and doing all that. But I see slowly but surely them getting squeezed out. You know, if it's beyond politics, as if you're not in the realm, if you're not doing the right thing. That's why I saw so many deaths happening. I see people just passing away because the vibrational level is getting too high. But with McCarthy, I just kept him. You know what I saw? Like a vision, like fishing. He kept throwing the pole. He kept throwing the fishing pole out. And he kept doing this and not coming up with a fish. So they're fishing. They're trying to find what they can to hurt us. Oh, thank you, Chef. Oh, girl, Diva, they got a pill right now to help women with fat, but it's not quite out yet. The Alzheimer's drug, Lisa, will become affordable. Let me tell you, Alzheimer's is just devastating, and America needs to come together like with cancer and stuff and sort that out. Listen, we got to pray for Navalny. I heard that he's not doing very well. I'm going to read on him first. Navalny. And when the numbers come up, I got to tell you guys about, of course, a lot of people could be watching the football game. I know, Patty. What's going to happen with Navalny? What's going to happen with Navalny? You guys will have to forgive me for being such a dingbat. But after I did my pick a card for my members, I was like sizzling. I'm ready to go. Oh, you guys. Oh, no. The ending with the comic stars. So maybe even the death of Navalny, well, this is entertainment purposes only, will create such a vibrational hit in this world, because you know Putin's going. So I see, remember that vision I had of Navalny coming out of his jail cell and standing like in the sunlight, and he had his arms open and people were cheering for him? Was that in spiritual realm or was that in physical realm? So I know. Oh God, I didn't see Navalny going. right now. I mean, I had felt bad about him before. I felt very nervous about his life. But it could anger people too. If Navalny passes, I think people are just done. He passes because he's putting it being treated so horribly. Putin wants him dead. Entertainment purposes only. Yes, Ponder, there's a lot of people in the Biden administration. Someone brought up that are trying to hurt Biden. Someone brought up the point that if Biden was in the VP's office, that's the same VP office that Pence got. So why weren't these classified documents found when Pence was there? I've not seen planting as much as like how I work, half-assed sometimes. You know, how I tell you 3 o'clock and it's 1 o'clock. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm feeling that some of the people around Biden, because Biden doesn't have a clue. He's like me. He's a dingbat. He don't remember. You know that look on his face? He was like surprised. I have what? You know, whereas he turned it in and Trump didn't. Trump said, no, these are mine. I get to keep them. Thank you, Exxon. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. So listen, well, we got over 1,000 here right now. I want to read real quick on Jim Jordan because a lot of you guys want to know, will he go down in flames? And Andre wasn't feeling like he would. But, you know, let's ask my guys because they rock. Because when you don't have the birth time, sometimes there's something there you didn't see because you didn't have the birth time. We ask with only the best intentions. We can't wish that he goes to jail. We have to ask, will Jim Jordan get his just desserts? You know what's the weirdest thing? I'm just going to say this, you guys, because you know I got to go with the hits. He's going to walk away down the thing of shame, the hall of shame. I almost saw that thing from Game of Thrones where they made her go naked and shame, shame. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Sharon. Shame, shame, shame. So he's going to get caught up in something, but it's not enough to lay him out, fillet him out. But it's what I got to tell you is when I was looking at him, all of a sudden I saw like his hunchback. You know, he's a little bit hunched even more, and like maybe Alzheimer's kind of energy, like he's not quite remembering, like he's going to get sick with something. That's what I saw. And my guides are telling me that all those orator type things that McCartney is saying, America has this, America's doing this, is much ado about nothing. Going nowhere. So, sorry. I saw how Santos checked in. Let's take a look at Santos real quick. Just before we get to you guys asked me if I could take a look at Roosevelt's wife. And she talked to me last night. So I have some stuff to tell you. Santos. Tell me what's going on. I felt like this black cloud coming towards Santos. Thank you, Yvonne. A black cloud coming towards Santos. Coming in and gonna like overtake him. Like he's delusional and he's a liar. He's just a liar. And he's like Trump. He thinks there's he's like holding on to McCarthy, acting like you got my back, right, dude? I'm going to go with whatever this crowd goes with. But listen, when people with pitchforks start coming in for that crowd, he's going to act like he doesn't know them. He goes with whatever. He's not very healthy. He's kind of like got some sort of evil attached to him. So he's going to have to pack his bags and go. People are going to be happy to see him go down. The wheels of the bus go round and round. Look at that, you guys. Oh, he's going out in the walk of shame, just like with Jordan. Shame, shame. He's looking to, it's like no one's, it's almost like, remember what Hope Hicks said? And you know, Trump was furious at her when she said, no one's going to hire us now because we're the ones that try to take the government down. She was so mad at Trump. I told you guys she was mad at Trump, furious at him. So is Ivanka. She's furious at him. So what I feel with this guy is, it actually, I just heard this. It actually would have been better for them to get rid of Santos from the beginning, but the fact that they held on to them is going to hurt them. Because I thought since he was using McCarthy's name to steal or lie and get money for his position, I thought McCarthy would be mad at him, but he wasn't. It was like, yeah, we all cheat, whatever. Okay. Thank you, guys. And then you guys wanted me to ask about student loans. Let me look at student loans. This is fun, you guys. We picked up one Supreme Court stepping down. I feel before the end of 24, beginning of 25, I definitely see Justice Thomas coming. Can you tell me the outcome for student loans? I see people being upset. So I think one of the court, you know how it's being revisited. I see the courts kind of looking at it. Is it already up to the Supreme Court? Because I feel people being very depressed. Like they started off going forward and then this got hit. Like they won't let them see. They're going to give us some bad news. Okay. Then comes the good news. So I'm almost feeling if this particular forgiveness doesn't happen, yeah, see, there's an explosion here. What this administration is going to do is what they're doing now. They're going to start making sure the interest rates are so low, it's almost a nothing burger. So I don't want you guys, I'm sorry. I see them being able to get rid of debt, but it might not be as big of a debt release as they thought they were going to get because of something with the courts working against them. Oh yeah, Jeff, the ceiling debt. Be sure to watch Sterling and I. Tell me about the ceiling debt. Oh, I see them screaming. I got to tell you, and I've told you this before, and I'll just double check with the cards. I'm really feeling like some Republicans in this administration and Congress come across the room and say, no, dudes, we're not going to let you put this country like this. It feels like it's right up to the very edge. We will get through this. Okay. So some agreements will be made. It might even be pressure from people. It might even be pressure. It might be pressure where they're saying, don't you dare. Pressure towards the constituents, pressure towards those in office. Don't you dare. Because that Bobart barely won. And listen, she's dealing with Colorado. And there's a lot of blue people in Colorado, and they're not going to put up with it. Same thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's so funny that they love these people that do everything they can to work against them. So I do feel that I want you to know that the student loan is real. I'm telling you, there's going to be some real drama, but the most drama we're having in this here United States of America is with climate change. And there's a lot of people, not from COVID, just kicking out, boom, kicking out, boom. I don't know why I saw that. Okay. Of course, don't be afraid of death, because they're in paradise right now. So, but I see us as a nation coming together. So let me tell you what happened last night. So hold on one second. Where is it? I'm sorry sometimes if it takes a while, you guys, for me to get back to you when you're right, because I just hardly have. And now my sister, she's not working anymore. I'm not working. She's not being able to help me because she's in school. Hold on. So what I want to tell you is Eleanor Roosevelt came to me last night. Okay. She had some big words. And she told me to tell everybody, because I was like, these people that are so awful, that look at how they're working against the Jews and the blacks. And she said to me, Linda, listen, Roosevelt had to dance a dance for these white supremacists that were in Congress and that were in charge of migration. They were just as mean and nasty about immigration in the United States at that time as worse than we are now. Okay. Some particular man that was put in charge of it was out to make sure that Jewish people couldn't come in. They would do, there was a ship that was supposed to go to Cuba, and Cuba decided not to let the Jews in. They had this fear that the Jews were working both sides of the fence, and they were giving away, leaking and giving away. And sure, some Jews were forced to do that. That were half Jews, that were mixed Jews, but they made it out. It was like, the crazy that comes out right now with the Marjorie Taylor Greens and stuff. All that Hillary Clinton eats babies in a pizza place. That was as much, if not worse, back in the 1930s and 40s. And Eleanor said it was so sad to see how people were towards fellow men, not giving the least bit. Oh, everybody voted that they thought it was terrible what Hitler was doing, but you can't come to our country. And Hitler thought it was hysterical. Yeah, they just really hate what I'm doing. But by the way, you're not allowed to come to their country. So she was saying that the energy at that time, it was worse, if not worse than us, if you can believe that. That's what she wanted me to tell you guys, that energetically through these years, we have grown. Okay. But people like, who was that guy that was the Arrow guy, the one whose son died? You guys would know his name. His son, they said he was kidnapped. Now they're actually finding out that the child was thrown out the window or something and broke the back of his skull. What was his name? He was a flight guy. People loved him. He was a hero. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. He actually started the Freedom America Act. Lindbergh. Theodore Roosevelt said to a dear friend of his, he said, if anything happens to me and I die, I just want you to know Lindbergh is a straight up Nazi. And I listened to some of his speeches. Oh my God, it was all about the white man, saving the white man. And we shouldn't get in this war, and we shouldn't let the Jews in. Hey, Regina, cousin Regina's here, you guys. Yes. Thank you, cousin. So believe it or not, as ugly as it is, especially with what white people did to the natives and to the Native Americans, to the Mexicans, to the Chinese. It was as bad, if not worse. And you know who was right in the middle of it? Those women that were, what were they called? The daughters of the revolution. I could belong to that because apparently I have kinfolk in my genealogy that was part of the revolution. So I could sign up for the fathers and or daughters of the, not the fathers. Yeah, the daughters of the revolution. Anyway, they were right up there. They're wearing their little fancy hats. You know, they had their little side hats with their furs. Oh no, we mustn't let Jews. We mustn't save the Jews. People could not believe what was being done to the Jews. They still don't. They still try to act like it didn't happen. It happened. So Eleanor Roosevelt's message to everybody is that she saw the horrific attitude of these alleged Christians towards those who were suffering. Now, maybe she had more intel than we had because, you know, she was in the middle of it and she was getting letters herself of people begging, please, please help us get to your country. But that, you know, they gave Hitler the carte blanche, the card of approval. Yeah, well, yeah, we don't want him, so go ahead and wipe them out. But I'll be honest with you. Remember when they were taking the babies away from their families and how absolute? I saw Rachel Maddow cry on TV. Well, you know, we were all in absolute shock that this president and this administration would let this happen. It was hard to consume. Well, this is what was happening back then, but 1,000 times worse, and people just didn't want to believe it. And thank God, Germany, you know, they not only did they make the Germans help take the bodies out of these places so they could see for it themselves, had hundreds of thousands of pictures. And the Germans, when they were killing and shooting people and put them in ditches, they all had cameras. They all liked to take it to send back to their family as, oh, goody, look what we did. This is how they treated other human beings. Children. I could hardly stand it. Children, little boys and girls with their heads like my babies, you know, just innocent children. Hopefully they got them right and let them go quick because it was just horrible. Yeah, and even our girl that from the way, I'll tell you what they said. Hitler decided how to start treating the Jews based on how America treated the blacks. That's where he got a lot of his stuff from. Make them feel less than. They're not allowed. Back of the bus. Can't use the water fountain. Can't go here. Can't go there. And that's what happened. So Eleanor Roosevelt wants us to remember what happened with the millions that died beforehand. It could easily happen again, but fortunately, vibrationally, we're a little higher. So as much as some people talk stupid, vibrationally, they can't go there. Right now, we're going to get hit with weather-related issues of man helping man to get over this. You know, and look how hard. It was so interesting. America didn't want to help the Jews, but look how hard America fought in that war and the men we lost. That's what Roosevelt told me. He said, America's soldiers have always managed to save the world. And that's true. We don't want to come off looking weak. But Roosevelt, the hard part is Roosevelt. Hands were tied. He wanted so bad to say, no, I'm going to allow this or that. But all these, he had these staunch white KKK type white nationalists running the country. We have that here still, but not as bad. I don't know why she wanted to tell me that. It's like, I didn't even know she would come. I said, well, everybody's asking about you, Eleanor, and they wanted to know what your opinion is, you know, and she said that was it. She's a beautiful woman, by the way. She's very young. She's not with Franklin, though. So, Okay. So anyway, it's just very hard. This anti-Semitism is very, very strong, and anti anybody not white. So it's going to get better. I know it's almost like it's like going like this. We're in a state of resistance. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's going to come together. And I think it's because of natural disasters. That's what I'm getting. Okay. All right. One world, the human race. You know, I love that thing that shows up 2 bags of blood. And it says, okay, now tell me which one is the white one. Carol, I think the IRS is working. Let me tell you something. This is between us, you guys. The IRS are very, very shook up by what the Congress is saying. Like, what? Like, and they know they're trying to make some sort, they're trying to remove the IRS. I mean, the IRS is doing the best they could do with what they got. And I ain't saying they're perfect, but, you know, and they followed when Junior, not Junior, when 45 said, I want you to do Comey and that other gentleman's tax returns, they did, but hardly anybody else. So they're doing that to help the rich. They're not doing that for you or me. Okay, just FYI. But what I want you to know is I do see a little bit of a like as they reevaluate and as they get more people working with them and stuff, I do see them giving a little what for. Not that they're supposed to do that, but I almost see like they're really going to pay attention and hit the ones that they feel are losers, which is most of the people in office. So, hey, Sherry, did you get my email? Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, lucky girl. Okay. Yeah, discrimination is horrible. And, you know, that's not a Jesus way. That's not a Jesus way. Okay. Juanita. That was my mother's favorite. When her mother died, her name was Petra Sanoya. And Juanita was her father, my great-grandfather, Frank Amador Torralba. That was his wife, Juanita. And I remember Mom always talking about Juanita. She could cook. Oh, my God, she could cook. Okay. Are we getting another stimulus check soon? Somebody just said no, really big. Not right now. The status, the fiscal status of the world is just like they couldn't do that without going broke. If you'll notice, California, who was solvent, I mean, we had extra money in the bank. All of a sudden, we're less now. And right after we started giving out stimulus, you know, that gave, I think, $350 per California citizen. Oh, God, Kelly, that sucks. Juanita, I'm feeling no, but let me double check. Stimulus. No, they would like to. Because, you know, people are paying $8 for a dozen eggs. Hello. They would like to, but if it happens again, it's almost towards the end of the year, but it would definitely be below a certain amount of money. I see more jobs coming up, probably because we got the new deal going through. I see more jobs coming up. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. So let me see here. Oh, I know, because Jeffrey, I wanted to make you a moderator, but you're not. I'm not actually on YouTube. I'm on StreamYard. I have to wait till you're on YouTube with me. Arizona didn't get anything because their Congress decided that you guys don't deserve nothing. I thought we had a national like $1,200 a piece. That's part of the reason Trump got, not Trump, Biden got in office. He said, vote for me and you got a check coming. I told you guys that was brilliant. Excellent. Here, Lisa, where's Lisa? Do you see indictments coming soon? I love that kitty. Oh. Do you see indictments coming soon? I'm going to tell you guys something right now. In terms of money relief for this or that, I'm seeing they're going to have to keep it the way it is so things don't fall off the road. I'm seeing they're trying to keep a balance. Hey, Virgo, thank you, sweetie. Oh, hold on. Of course she is, Andrea. So Lisa's asking for Lisa's asking about indictments, and then I'll hit Andrea. Lisa's asking about indictments. Lisa. Did the Bills win, you guys, or do you know now? Indictments. There's going to be what you call hitting the fans. They're gathering together and bringing them forward. And there's ugliness in the sidelines trying to work against them. They're gathering together. Well, let me tell you guys this much. This I know. You know why Trump is writing such ugly stuff on his Truth Social and calling Jack Smith a terrorist? Because he knows what's coming. Somebody talked to him, one of his attorneys or something. He knows what's coming. You had it coming. You had it coming. So, and you know what gets me? The red states they're struggling, and yet these uglies, thank you, Merritt. These uglies get in here and they're just terrible to these people. And yet they still vote for them. Because those libs aren't going to own them. Okay, so what I can tell you about actually having something, I won't say it's happening. It seems at least it's not right now, but it's coming. February, March, feel more right. Okay, Andrea, I live in Arkansas. Our new governor, Sarah, has already announced that she's looking into cutting. Of course she's looking into cutting. So she can afford those fancy dresses she's wearing. Did you see her with that nice little cotton number and her boots? We're not supposed to do that. You know, that's making fun of somebody. And I'm sorry for doing that because that's not good. It's just I get angry at people being so cruel and I want to say something to them. I'm going to tell you guys a story. One time I was in a restaurant by myself and there was about 4 sheriff officers sitting next to me. And this waitress was lovely. She was older and she would help them. You could tell she was thrilled to take care of them. And then when she would walk away, they would talk such ugly smack about her. It was unbearable. Especially this one guy. I think he might have been a detective or something. He was wearing plain clothes. And the other were in full uniform. And so I just could hardly take it. I mean, every time she walked away, and at one point she came over and I said, do me a favor, honey, don't trust those SOBs. They're talking smack about you when you walk away. So I walked over to the table. I had paid my bill and I walked over and I said, listen, you guys, can I ask you something? Sure, ma'am. What do you want to know? Do they pay you for being that ugly or does that just come natural? I heard you guys talking smack about that poor waitress. You are out of line. And I walked out. They didn't come chasing me. My sister said, or your face got flattened to the ground. Because, you know. So I got home and I called the sheriff, the chief of whatever his name. I used to know his name. I said, I just want to tell you what happened to me. I was at this restaurant. These people were so vulgar, swearing like pigs, talking about women's anatomy. That was bullshit. That was and I wish he hadn't have done this, but he actually had the one guy in particular, call me at my house. So he gave him my number. You better believe I had the rifle waiting. Hey, Starlighter. And Starlight worker. And the guy apologized. He says, ma'am, I just want to apologize. I says, you know what? You got to understand. You're in a public place. There's people around. You guys were talking just as loud as can be. And it was sickening. It was sickening to hear people in uniform, people we're supposed to trust. And that lady loved you guys. She was so sweet and kind. And he says, yeah, you're right. So anyway, I had to stand up for her. So Sarah, she's looking to go. Let's see what happens to Sarah Huckabee. You know, she's going to make it legal for kinfolk to marry kinfolk. I mean, I shouldn't say that kind of stuff. Sorry. Yeah, Kim. I had to do it. Well, my sister said, holy cow. Everybody understood why I did it. But you know how they can be. They could have smacked me down on the ground and said I did something. Okay, here we go. Oh, the Bills are winning. Okay, thank you, honey. I live in Arkansas. We're going to see what happens with her. Oh, she thinks she's queen for a day right now. Ooh, not happy. Things not working out. There's going to be some natural phenomena happening on that side of it. I don't want these poor people of Arkansas struggling. But there's something that's going to happen that the people are like, what the F are you doing? We're over here. You got to help us. Because she's almost acting like, I'm not going to take anything from Biden administration. I'm just going to, just that attitude. And I feel like it's really going to hurt her. And there's something coming. I feel an illness. I don't know if it's her or her father. And I also feel something's coming up. Some scandalous thing is coming up. So something's about ready to Carrie Lake is a much ado about nothing going nowhere. She's about ready to go. Oh, I know. I saw that. They're banning Missouri banning sleep, but they're only banning it in the House. That's what they're saying. We require our men to be certain attire in the House. It's not for the whole country. I thought it was the whole country till I got, but whatever. Let's see what Dan. Who the hell's Dan? Why is he always bugging me? So, my dear friend Dan, my question, any new changes for Ukraine? Russia's a terror state and Ukraine needs more weapons to defend itself. Dan, have you heard anything about Navalny? I heard he's really sick. And when I threw the cards were bad for Navalny. I need to ask Andre. After I'm done here, I'm going to ask Andre how it looks. Okay. Any new changes for Ukraine? Well, Ukraine is getting more stuff from the UK right now. And trust me, they're not announcing it out loud, but the United States is handing in more stuff. But let's take a look at Ukraine. They're getting stronger, my friend. They're getting stronger. God is standing on their side. There's a powerful force on their side. Look at this. Are you kidding? They're being gifted left and right. But people are on the downloads, a little hush-hush. Peace is with them. By the spring, there's good news. Oh, this is wonderful. So the ending, they've paid in blood. Look at this. They are definitely, I have a fantasy within the next 5 years, if I'm still alive. I would really like to go. We might all do a trip. We'll do a big trip, because you can get discounts. We should all go to the Ukraine. So let's do it. Hey, Kevin. Don't worry, you guys. It's going to happen. Oh, is there a lot? There's a lot of violence in Haiti, I guess. Okay, Bronx, let me look. I see people really hungry too. Is that true, Bronx? I feel people really suffering. It's very hard energetically for the world to take that on. Oh, thank you, Aang. Thank you. I can answer that, Aang, because I have the answer. The violence in Haiti, and what happens is energetically, even though we always tend to have that, like Eckhart Tolle says, for some reason, the world always likes to be in a state of resistance. And we learn from that resistance. But I see the Haitian violence ending. Even maybe by next, I see some powerful person coming in. They're going to regain strength and God's on their side. So I just wanted you to know, even though it's terrible, know those people that died aren't dead. They're still alive in the realm. So I see it quieting down, but I almost like smell blood. They must be mass executing or something. Okay. Yeah, you guys, let's do a Ukraine trip. Okay. Yeah, we'll have Mel do it, Corey. Why did Garland? Oh, thank you, Jana. Why did Garland appoint Republican special counsel so fast? And thank you, Ing, on Biden after taking 2 years on Trump. Can we try? Okay, now I've gotten a lot of stuff about Garland, you guys. I'm going to tell you, he's not the enemy. And this is a slam dunk case. This isn't something that everybody needs to be. I will say Garland was nervous about going after Trump, but he's not nervous about Biden because he knows he didn't do anything wrong. Some guy on Twitter or something said, hey, listen, I have a high security clearance. If I had accidentally taken something home with me and I reported it right away, I wouldn't be going to jail. And neither is Biden. And I also feel somebody on Twitter said, wait a second, if they found a bunch of files in the vice president's office, well, wasn't Biden in that? Not Biden. Wasn't Pence in that too? Oh, thank you, KT. Wasn't Pence in that office too? So, but I feel his people just were dingbats. Like everybody had all this stuff and nobody was really paying attention. And I know Biden had no idea that, thank you, Sandra, that he had no idea that all that stuff had accumulated. It almost feels like, 8 years of Obama, it just flowed. And, sometimes the records went back. Interesting, the record keepers didn't even know that those records were out. Interesting. But they knew about Trump and they kept trying to get Trump, please just bring him back. Just give it back to us. And nothing would have happened to him. No. I'll tell you what, I'll give you back the records if you give me everything you have on Russia and me. And did you guys hear about that new book from some guy, Schmidt, saying that he was going to bomb North Korea and blaming another country? And somebody told me he even was talking about bombing Mexico and blaming it on another country. So, yeah. I'm not feeling hurricanes just yet, Stacy. I'll let you know when I do. Now, my prophecy about the airline crashing has come true. And I felt it was in a different country. I felt it was like away, and it was in Nepal. Hey, Art. Thank you, honey. Yes, spirit reading. She just said this. You're dead on, girlfriend. The intention was Trump to make money because that's how they found out he had a lot of this stuff, is that somebody on outside the intel was saying, hey, we got a mole. So, yeah. Why? Oh, here we go. Let me tell you about the Satan. There was some commercials we had here in California saying, give to the Florida Fund so we can take care of the people right away with hurricane. That was the Satan. When he was asking everybody to give to a fund his wife had created, they're going to get into that. They're going to find out that they didn't give the money to the people. He was even saying, don't send it to the Red Cross or the government. Send it directly to us so we can take it. Okay, so did the Satan take money from pharma company that made monoclonal antibodies during COVID? He never pushed the vax, but did push the treatment protocol. Yeah, he did take money, KB. He did take money. Bills won. Buffalo Bills won. Yeah, and I understand their frustration with, hey, Bob, thanks. Oh, the other team did pretty good, though. They were only 31. Thank you, Linda, who has a high-class name. Anybody named Linda is high class. Yeah, I see Tara. I see Biden running in 2024. And his wife's going to be okay with the skin cancer. I saw that right away. Okay, so do you want me to tell anybody? Do you want me to tell anybody here? To my beautiful guides, what do you want me to warn everybody about? What do you want me to tell people? Because we're getting on an hour, you guys. I got to go. Ask for the best for Navalny. You guys put out the higher realm, put the beautiful energy out. There's a truck across the street, and that guy is loud as heck. What do you want me to tell everybody? News of another death. I'm so sorry. News of another death. It seems to be another woman. So we're going to be very happy about something that's going to come out. Something big. I don't see like arrest, but I see some justice being served. This might be about Trump, you guys, because I see people like, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I just want you to know that they're telling me another death, and they're telling me like the tower, which means, but with the 9 of cups, which means good news, something that everybody's like, whoa, okay, all right. I do see some more weather stuff, but it doesn't feel California. It feels more towards the East Coast. Some stuff going on, but we're just going to have to go through this. I just pray everybody has a warm spot to hang their head. Okay, so does Biden have a mole in his security service detail? Not his immediate security service, but there's moles within. That's one of the reasons Merrick Garland is kind of on the down low. He can't quite trust everybody there. And I don't want you to lose faith in him yet. You know, I know you guys are like, get at it, get rid of that SOB. But I'm telling you, TikTok, and he got Jack Smith for a reason. The reason he hired that guy, that's Trump, that was appointed by Trump, is it's a nothing burger. And it'll be even better, more sweet coming out of the mouth of a nothing burger. Because this guy's not going to change things up for Trump, not at all. He might even be embarrassed it was Trump that put him in. There's plenty of judges that have been put in by Trump that don't go for him, even the Supreme Court. Remember, he was like, that Supreme Court's totally worthless. Well, you put in several people, so. Okay, so, and don't worry about the debt ceiling. I see some Republicans crossing the path. If it hits, it only hits for a minute, but I don't see Armageddon. Okay? Love you guys. Yeah, I watched that Dutch in the East, and he gets hit by YouTube a lot. I don't know what that's about. Like they don't let him on, so I follow him on Twitter. Yes, especially with the next president. It's very hard for them because this is unprecedented. This is something they're not used to. Back in the old days, you did what Burr and Hamilton did. You went out and dueled it with dueling pistols. So, okay, you guys have a good day. I love you all. I'll catch you again. The dogs are all excited. You hear them? Lulu and Jack say hi. Cheers. Thank you to my people's helping. Thank you, Dan. Lucky girls. All my peoples. Where are you all? Can't see you as well on this format. Lisa. You guys were up. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Cheers.